is that we're supposedly indigenous and we belong here because our DNA could be traced back to here, then it hurts her argument if someone could convert to Judaism. Why? Because based on that approach, someone could say, well, look at you. You have blonde hair and blue eyes. Are you really fully indigenous? Blah, 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 blah. Right? Instead of saying, no, we're first a religion, right? Which they won't do because it hurts their argument. Because if converts could be let in, we could all be called converts. And no one wants to be labeled that, right? So she rather converts, either not convert or let people know that it's not even possible to convert, so that the world could think that Israel has a genetic right to the land, right? There's no such thing as having a genetic right to the land of Israel. If a Jew doesn't keep Torah, that land does not belong to that person. If a Gentile keeps Torah, that land does belong to him, because conversion is part of Torah. Circumcision is part of Torah. Immersion is part of Torah. Offering a sacrifice is part of Torah. To fully keep the Torah means to enter the Jewish people. There's no way to fully or to make an attempt to keep every law without becoming Israel. So from this perspective, the Zionists, right, and I support the state of Israel, but the Zionists have polluted and tarnished Judaism for the sake of Zionism. It's true. If they see an Asian guy living in Israel who says, no, I don't have a Hebraic DNA, and they see Puerto Rican guy, this and that, who are there fully because of belief, then they're going to have to walk back their narrative that blood matters in order for them to acquire that land. That's where they put their stake on, that this land belongs to us because we're indigenous. The indigenous argument is a secular argument. It's not a religious argument. So we have irreconcilable differences with secular Zionists, right? And them trying to incorporate Judaism into their ideology by rewriting the rules of Judaism. This is why virtually every TikTok live keeps on pushing the lie that we are an ethno-religion. Why do they have to say that? And I'll tell you, the average person who says this is not religious. You can say the Jewish people as we exist today are an ethnicity. Anything could be somewhat labeled an ethnicity. However, but right when you start calling the religion itself tied to DNA to some extent, that's when you're politicizing the religion because of the movement called Zionism. So yeah, we can't have two. Like I said, better Zionism and the state of Israel cease to exist than them tarnish the Torah, because they're tarnishing the last hope this world has. You know, so what's a little piece of land the size of New Jersey called Israel, right, compared to the Torah? Now, I support Israel, but the day Israel outlaws conversions, or like they tried to do twice already, outlaw converts to be allowed to immigrate to the land of Israel, that's a day I officially become anti-Zionist, right? And I'm a religious anti-Zionist, but from a secular perspective, it's more useful than not. But from that perspective, they've already would have delegitimized their whole existence calling themselves Israel. Because at least right now there's a rabbinate, and the rabbinate tries to keep up with the secularness of the country by allowing converts to immigrate, bringing in like people who won't fall into those two groups, Ashkenazi, Sephardi, mainly like Indians and Ethiopians. Is the day that it becomes blood-based. That's the day that everyone should say that as a Jewish person, I can no longer support this state. And that's my rant there.
Yeah, I think we should separate Zionism from Judaism completely, because it is a political view.
Yeah.
So it's a trap, really, because if ever in the future there's a country or somebody that comes against Zionists, and if we have Judaism conflated with Zionism, then they're going to be coming after every Jew, and we'll have a repeat of what happened.
World War II, essentially.
Yeah.
The reason Jews are persecuted in World War II because it got intermixed, the idea of being a Jew with the idea of being a Bolshevik. So they weren't able to say, well, who's the communist and who's the Jew? So they went after those who actually looked Jewish, that had nothing to do with communism.